What's going on, people of the internet? Hyper Chaotic here with a KRR, and welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time visiting my channel. And unless you've been living under a rock, chances are you've been seeing Clippy profile pictures everywhere. Everywhere on YouTube, everywhere on Twitter, no, I'm not calling it X, everywhere on maybe TikTok, just about everywhere. And you might be wondering what the heck is going on. Why does it seem like everybody and their mother just simultaneously agreed to change their profile pictures to a Clippy? Do we have a huge bot situation going on YouTube and all these social media platforms? Well, no, not really. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, is the rise of a new movement that, from my understanding, initially started out targeting any industry implementing AI systems and software that nobody asked for, and it's making our experience as consumers, as users, as, what do you call it? Product users, service users, whatever the heck you want to call it, making our experience with it miserable. However, it's really targeted at nothing in particular, well, besides that, or it doesn't have to be. Essentially, anybody who's tired of negative changes for their experience as a user, or any anti-consumer practices whatsoever with any corporations, whether it be a social media platform, somebody that offers a paid subscription service like Disney or Netflix. Maybe you're tired of them raising their prices and then implementing ads while you're paying for their services. Or something like editing software. You're tired of the subscription services with that, and you can't keep the software anymore. Especially if with a specific type of software you paid for just that before they started doing the whole subscription model. I miss those days where you could just buy software and you just fucking owned it, even if it was just that version. Now that's probably the best way to sum it up. If you want a better summary of this whole movement and why it's a movement, then I would recommend a video from Lessons on Meme Culture. But really, if you want full context of the matter, then I recommend the original guy who started the movement, which he is available on YouTube. For those on the other alternative platforms, I don't know if he's there as well, but let it be known, I will link his video in the description down below, the video where he directly started this movement, and follow-up videos related to that movement. One talking about what's going on with it after a few weeks. Another one where he talks about what to do moving forward after you've changed your profile picture to a Clippy. Now again, for those on the alternative platforms, I don't know if he's there. If he is, I will leave links to his video on those platforms. If not, you guys are going to get the YouTube link. Now, really quickly before moving forward, if you do not know what the heck Clippy is, because there's a lot of youngsters that have never heard of Clippy. Granted, I didn't really grow up with him either, but I definitely heard of Clippy from all my friends that like to experiment with other operating systems before I really started to get into computer stuff myself. Not as much as them, but a little bit, and I experimented with some operating systems here and there. Or it wasn't exclusive to operating systems, I think, but like versions of programs back on those original operating systems, specifically with Microsoft Office, and he was meant to be just an AI assistant. Now, back then, he was infamous for being annoying and intrusive. But now he's becoming the face of this movement, because back then, even though he was a bit intrusive and annoying, he was only intrusive and annoying because he legitimately just wanted to help you with your task at hand, what he was programmed to do. Now, he couldn't do too much compared to AI today, but nonetheless, that's all he was there for. He wasn't there to replace people in their jobs or collect your data. He was literally there to be as he was designed to be, an assistant. A representation when programs weren't meant to actually offer us help, being tools, and when services were supposed to give us good experiences for what we paid for, or the same thing for products. Again, back when you bought a program before they had a subscription service, or even a physical product. Or one they proclaim that you rent for life but don't actually own, aka video games and all this DRM bullshit. I mean, that may not necessarily be connected to DRMs, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do that by implementing special DRMs. Now, for those of you who didn't know anything about the movement or just thought it was just about protesting YouTube or Twitter or whatever social media platform you found out about this on and heard from a third-party source, aka the comment section, well, that's not inherently correct, but it is a part of the movement if that's what people choose to do when switching to the Clippy profile picture. Yeah, in case you didn't know, especially those on YouTube, a lot of people think it's just a movement to protest YouTube. No, it's a protest the anti-consumer ways of any corporation, social media platform, or not, but it does include YouTube if you wish to protest against their anti-consumer ways. Now, again, that's the most I can give you. Full details, get it from Rossman, the guy who started the movement himself. Again, I'm going to be linking his multiple videos giving full details on the matter and the movement and where it's going and what you should do with it eventually. The one of what to do once you change your profile picture, I absolutely recommend people see that one more than anything, if anything, if you want to partake in this movement. And I'll explain why in a bit. But what I really want to do is go over my personal... excuse me. Why am I freaking slurring and stuttering here? My personal thoughts on the movement. And just to be completely frank, alright? I think this movement is not going to really accomplish anything. And it'll be nothing more than a cosmetic change clown show. Like the literal cosmetic change clown show that happened with the RDR Online protest, or Red Dead Redemption Online for those of you that are not familiar with Rockstar's other games beyond GTA. For those of you who have never heard of Red Dead Redemption, just imagine GTA, but the Wild West. Anyways, what was this supposed clown show movement about, and why did I call it a clown show? Well, let me just explain to you what they were protesting and what exactly they did to get this movement started and what they do with it, or did with it from there, I mean. They were protesting Rockstar's and their poor management of the online component of Red Dead Redemption, because they were giving way more attention to GTA Online, which even then there people still question the developer decisions, such as, the Oppressor Mark II. Now, the primary thing they were mad about was, well, essentially the exact same shit that happened with the launch of GTA Online. It lacked any heists, specifically bank heists or train heists. And it should be much easier to implement a freaking bank heist in a Wild West game than maybe in something like GTA Online. But as far as I know, I don't think they still have that to this day. They implemented a lot of other features that some within the community, I myself included, thought should have been in the game at launch, but it at least gave the game more content. Still not exactly what people were asking for. Meanwhile, they kept trying to shove gold bars into people's face, which is basically Red Dead Redemption's equivalent of shark cards. Unlike shark cards, you could actually earn them in-game, but you're at most going to get a few nuggets at a time in a mission if you're lucky, or if you just happen to loot it off of the enemies. And that's assuming you take the time to loot every enemy you kill in a mission. No, I am not fucking exaggerating. I tried the online component. It's fun at times. Other times, I'm better off just going back to the campaign because it has way more fucking content. Everything else is just doing the exact same missions and tasks over and over and over again to grind for money that you don't even know what you're going to spend on, because either you're going to buy all the clothes and still have a lot of money to spare, buy every horse in the game you want to still have a lot of money to spare, or you're going to buy nothing because, like me, you don't want any of that. You already got the best horse in the game, the best guns in the game. I don't care to collect all the other guns. What's the point? What am I saving up for? Yeah, so as you can tell, I definitely share a lot of the frustrations with the RDR Online community when I tried out the game. But unlike the community, I did not bother to partake in this protest, and I had no reasons to take it serious. Hell, Rockstars had no reason to take it serious. Because you know what they did, ladies and gentlemen? And this is why I say it's called a clown show. You know what they did in order to get this movement started? And what they did with it moving forward? And when I say clown show, I don't mean figuratively, rhetorically, metaphorically. I mean it literally, textbook, dictionary definition, straight the fuck up. Their entire protest was to go to a face painter in the game, an NPC face painter, and paint their online avatar in clown makeup. This was supposedly to represent what they think of rock stars, when in reality, that's a representation of, that's all rock stars is gonna see. A bunch of fucking clowns putting on a clown show, putting their fucking tear makeup on, pretending they're crying. Rock stars, if you don't fix the game and give us what we want, why, we might just play the game more. But we're gonna do it with clown makeup on, and we're not gonna like it. Oh, wow. Congratulations, y'all. I bet Rockstars will totally fix the game and take this movement very serious. What are you going to do from there? Oh, you're not going to do anything? You're literally just going to continue to play the game as usual, but now you're wearing clown makeup so people know you're frustrated with Rockstars? Well, congratulations. You spread awareness of the entire fucking clown show so everybody can point and laugh at you. Keep in mind, by the way, this happened 2 to 3 years ago. People immediately forgot about it after like 2 to 3 weeks. Not even a full month. 2 to 3 weeks. I forgot about it after like a week until somebody reminded me about it in a an RDR video from an RDR creator. And it barely got any engagement, even from his fan base, because they forgot about it. Everybody just fucking, as a collective, fucking forgot about it. Even some of the people who were for the movement didn't have a reason to take it serious because they didn't do anything with it. Now, quick question, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think you should do when you're frustrated with a product, with a service, with a corporation that hasn't been giving you the satisfaction you've been looking for or that it used to give you? It doesn't matter what it is. You can implement anything. Again, a subscription service, a game, a movie, a YouTube video. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is. YouTube itself, the platforms. What do you think is the most logical thing to do to really get back at a company and show them you're frustrated? Y'all got nothing? You're probably sitting there clueless, scratching your fucking heads. Meanwhile, if I ask this to anybody else in my household, they'll say it right then and there, right off of the tip of their fucking tongue. Stop buying it. Stop using it. Stop giving them my money. They don't even have to think twice. The second I finish that fucking question, the second those words finish coming out of my mouth, they already had that answer. No hesitation. Just an which I guess you could consider a hesitation, but that's more like an am I thinking of this correctly? But other than that, they said it without hesitation. Don't use it. But for some reason, for some oddball reason, this is not only rocket science, but mission fucking impossible for online boycotters to do when they're boycotting any sort of service or product whatsoever from the internet. People refuse to stop using the very services or stop buying the very products that they claim brings them frustration because, well, that's too uncomfortable, and I don't know if there's a decent alternative, and without my YouTube and my TikToks, what am I gonna do? Which, funny enough, from what I've heard from a creator once on TikTok of all places, boycotts and protests are not supposed to be comfortable. They're especially supposed to be uncomfortable for the very, companies they're protesting. But guess what? They're going to be uncomfortable for the protestees as well. It is what it is. But if you want any meaningful change, you gotta do what you gotta do to make that change go into effect, to actually push them to do anything. Otherwise, why would they if you're not going anywhere? And hell, when it comes to people who constantly cry about YouTube alternatives, I tell them that all the time. You cry for an alternative, but you ain't gonna do about it. There's like 9 others out there that exist, and you're still here. Oh, but they don't have what it takes to truly compete with YouTube. Okay, so you don't. Your issue isn't that you can't find an alternative. The issue is you want a true competitor. Newsflash, buddy, that's not gonna fucking happen unless y'all go support one of these alternatives and they grow into one, or another big billion-dollar corporation buys one of them up like Google did YouTube. And then when that happens, because big corporations only care about profits, what's to stop it from happening to that other alternative all over again, where it gets enshittified like YouTube did? So if you truly want an alternative to be a competitor, especially from all these other guys, either use them and help them grow slowly, or they get a rapid growth after selling out to a bigger corporation, and well, then we're fucked all over again. And I would say the same thing about any other product, service, or program. Now, if they're all doing the same thing, making the same anti-consumer ways, like with streaming services, raising their prices and implementing ads unless you pay for the highest tier, your next best bet is just not use them at all. Either go pirates, use something free like Peacock or whatever, though they'll probably still get you either way on that, or you literally go spend your time on another hobby. Go touch grass, go do something. But nobody's going to do that. So unless the people partaking in this movement, or any other movement for that matter of fact, learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, with partaking away from that product or service, then they shouldn't expect any change whatsoever, because they're not willing to be the push for that change. They're not willing to do any pushing whatsoever, because God forbid you strain your muscles while pushing. Quit being a bitch. Either get up and fucking push, or your ass is going to be stuck in the same fucking spot going nowhere. And if you're just going to choose that option, then at least stop bitching about it. Because then people are going to get tired of fucking hearing it. And this is pretty much why I can't take this movement serious. I don't actually expect anybody to do anything further from this. It's just going to be nothing but people making a cosmetic change, thinking that's all they have to do, because they either refuse to dig deeper into the movement to find out about it and what they're supposed to do, or they're just going to refuse to do it altogether, because again, God forbid they become comfortable with being uncomfortable. And when it comes to the man who created it himself, Rossman, I feel bad for the guy, because when it comes to him, I have been seeing his videos over the years. I have heard of his track record when it comes to anti-consumer protests and movements against corporations. And in some cases, like with net neutrality, he has actually talked to politicians about why they should be taking it serious. So when it comes to a guy like him, I truly believe he's going to take it serious. I truly believe he's going to try to push the movement to go somewhere. I truly believe he's going to try to make the push for the change people want. He's actually going to take it serious and do something about it. But for everybody else online, changing their profile pictures to a Clippy, who don't really know much details about the movement further from there, or even the person who created it, I don't expect them to do much of anything from there. I'm willing to bet they don't even know what to do from there. They're like that question I asked earlier. You ask them that, they're going to scratch their fucking head. I expect the denizens of online to treat it less like a movement they should take serious, and more like a trend that they can bandwagon on for views and engagement and likes. That's it. And for everybody else outside of the movement, we're just going to view it as nothing but a clown show, because people are going to treat it as nothing more than a cosmetic change. It's literally going to be exactly like the RDR online movement. Everybody's got their clown makeup on, but for some reason none of them realize why everybody's pointing and laughing at them for being the clowns. Gee, I wonder fucking why. Said the one in the clown makeup and the freaking rainbow afro. But who knows? Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll be proven wrong, because I would like to be proven wrong on this. I was proven wrong when it came to the Jimmy Kimmel situation. I did not believe people are actually going to cancel their Disney Plus subscriptions. Y'all don't even want to fucking cancel it when they raise the price and still shove ads in your face when you're paying for it. Why would I expect you to stop using it just because Jimmy Kimmel got canceled? A few days later, son of a bitch, I guess I'll eat my fucking words, because y'all actually did something about it. So let's say if the denizens of online actually do something about it and actually start pushing. They actually start making a change. They actually start making these corporations scared and biting their nails out of terror. Oh no, the money's disappearing. What are we going to do when the shareholders run? When they start taking it serious, I'll start taking it serious. You'll see me change all my profile pictures to a Clippy. It'll be a customized Clippy, so you know it's my channel, but it'll still be a Clippy. But until then, I'm just going to look at it as a clown show. Because if I don't see the people within the movement taking it serious, why should I? I hope that's understandable. With that said, those are my thoughts on the matter. And feel free to let me know what your thoughts are on it down below, even if you disagree with me. Whether you're partaking in the movement or not, whether you have a Clippy profile picture or not, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. I welcome those giving their thoughts, whether you agree with me, disagree with me, you're a fence sitter, you're conflicted. I don't care. I'm curious to hear other people's opinions. I do. Granted, don't bother trying to convince me to your side. I mean, again, if you see it as a clown show like I do, I'm already on your side, basically. But I don't care for sides. I just don't care to partake in something that nobody's going to take serious. And for the other guys, again, until I see results, until I see you guys taking it serious, I don't have a reason to. I want to hear your opinions, but I don't want to hear you preaching to me or trying to convince me. Just let me know your thoughts. That's it. Now, if you enjoyed, or if maybe this video was somehow informal for you, leave a like. If not, leave a dislike and a comment telling me why, because any and all interaction is good interaction for my channel and the algorithm, and any and all criticism can help me get better. And hey, if you did enjoy, subscribe to add a little dose of chaos in your life. If not, please do leave your dislikes, because your dislikes, they do matter. And I appreciate your time, even if you didn't enjoy it. HK out. And have a good one.